Yosemite, Merced, and it's a Monday. It's the last Monday of September. It's really nice. We've started to see temperatures drop, and fall is kind of creeping in, so the weather's changing. You know, I was talking to some friends over the weekend, and a few people asked me about Merced, and is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? And the answer to that question really depends on what your goals are. And so not everybody really wants to accomplish the same thing with real estate. You know, you might be someone who's a first-time home buyer, and you've kind of been eyeballing, buying that home and just saving your money, making plans to purchase that home. So you might be wondering, is it a good time to buy? Is now a good time to pull the trigger and make that investment? Or you might be somebody who maybe already owns a home, and you might be wondering, needs have changed, we need more space, we're having kids, it'd be nice to get a pool or some additional space. You know, is it a good time to sell my home and upgrade to something bigger? Or you might be somebody who maybe lives locally, or maybe lives outside of Merced, and you're thinking about investing, but you're not sure if the market timing is right. The answer to that question really depends on your position and what you're looking to do. You know, I don't know the answer to that question for you, but I can help you figure it out. But what I do know is right now there are a lot of big investments that are happening in Merced. And so today I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's happening in Merced, some of those large, substantial investments that we've seen recently, and then I'm going to show you around. So today we're going to talk about some of the things that are happening in Merced, and my hope is this information will add value to you, equip you, with the information that you need to help you make a good, informed decision around your real estate investment and home purchase in Merced. So I'm at home. You can see behind me is my studio, which is in the process of being remodeled, so it's a little bit messy. Now, over the last week, I took some pretty amazing drone footage that I was going to show you. I'm not going to show you that today. I was at Merced Station taking some footage. A gentleman showed up, and we were just having a fun conversation about what I was doing. So I started talking to this guy, and what he shared was he's a licensed drone pilot. Part of his business is surveying, taking photos. He uses a drone for that, and we're just kind of having a conversation about using a drone. I told him I fly it mostly for a hobby. Anyways, we had our discussion. I got his card. We said goodbye, and then just as I was about to post this video earlier today, we get an email from the office saying that there's a whistleblower that called the FAA and reported that someone was using a drone and didn't have the proper license. So when I think about the way that I use my drone, I use it maybe once or twice a week, and it's just to get cool footage. I don't sell the footage to people, it's just for my own personal use. But the fact that somebody called the FAA to report that somebody is using their drone without a license, it makes me want to stop and better understand the law and know for sure, do I need a license to fly my drone? Even though I'm using it, in my opinion, as a hobby, I want to know for sure, do I need a license to take video and post it online? So I'm not 100% sure. It's not clear, but we're definitely going to find out over the next couple of weeks. I'll share that with you. If I do need a license, I'll get licensed. It's not a big deal. If I don't, I'll let you know what I find out. Either way, we'll find out. I'll share that with you on this channel over the next couple of weeks. So I want to talk a little bit about California and Merced. If California were a country, it would be the 5th largest economy in the entire world. California is home to 3 out of the top 10 universities in the world. California is also home to some of the most recognizable corporations in the world. So Facebook, Google, Netflix, Disney, there's a whole slew of studios out of Hollywood. So a lot of the media that we consume comes right out of California. Something you might not know about Merced. Merced right now is the fastest growing county in California. So right now in Merced, we're experiencing a huge growth boom. If you're looking to rent a place in Merced, I wish you the best of luck. Merced right now has a 1% vacancy rate. It's really hard to find a place to rent. There's 1,000 new apartment units that are in the process of being built to meet the strong housing demand here in Merced. There's a lot of growth happening right now in Merced that you can really get excited about. Right now, Merced is growing. Over the next 3 to 5 years, it's projected that Merced will double in size. There's a land annex that's currently in process, and when that completes, it will double the size of Merced by 50%. 50%, that's huge. So it's important to know about the land annex that's currently in process. Something else that's really important to know when you think about Merced and future growth is the Merced Loop System. So the Merced Loop System, it's a project that's been planned for years and years, and right now it's in the process of being built out. But the idea is, Highway 99 is the main thoroughfare for California. If you're coming from Los Angeles and you're heading up north, you're passing through Merced and you're either going through I-5 or Highway 99. The idea with the Merced Loop System is if you're traveling on Highway 99, you can exit the Mission Avenue interchange and access the University of California through Campus Parkway. All right, so let's talk a little bit about UC Merced. UC Merced was built in 2005. It's the 10th campus in the University of California system. University of California is huge. So here at UC Merced, if you're looking for on-campus housing is 100% occupied with a wait list. So over the next 10 years, UC Merced is poised for some tremendous growth. In 2020, the campus is expected to hit 10,000 students, and by 2030, the campus is anticipated to grow with a student population of 20,000 students. That's a lot of growth over the next 10 years, and they're well on the way to making that happen. So recently, UC Merced launched what's called the 2020 Project. So the UC 2020 Project was launched to help make that goal of 20,000 students a reality. It's a huge project. It's a $1.3 billion investment by UC Merced to expand. What that looks like is 13 new buildings being built over the course of 3 years. Now with the UC 2020 expansion, they've only planned to accommodate 1,700 new beds as a part of that project. So to put some perspective on the growth of UC Merced and how that's gonna affect the housing market, right now, Merced's at a 1% vacancy rate. It's really hard to find a place to live. And then you have the University of California campus at 10,000 students. Over the next 10 years, that's projected to double in size. So we're going from 10,000 students to 20,000 students. So a lot of it's being driven by the students that are here now and the students that are coming over the next 10 years. It's also projected we're gonna continue to see increased demand by new business that comes into the area and clusters around the university. There are contractors that are gonna be coming because we need to build buildings for the new business, we need to build roads. The important thing to take note of is the housing demand is gonna continue to get stronger, and on-campus housing is not going to meet the demand. Those students are gonna need a place to live, and it's gonna be off-campus somewhere in the city of Merced. In addition to UC Merced, Merced Junior College also has a student body of over 11,000 students, and there's no on-campus housing. From UC Merced, you can then head over to Atwater. Atwater's a neighboring city, and access Atwater via Bellevue, one of the major thoroughfares in the area. Bellevue will take you out to Castle Airport, and then you could head south, go through Atwater, and then make an entire loop, hence the Merced Loop System, all the way back to Highway 99. So Castle Airport, or Castle Commerce Center, when it's completed, it's going to have 8.3 million square feet of space. That's huge. Castle recently announced that Blaker Brewery is gonna be moving in. Castle is also home to Google Waymo, and they have 105 acres dedicated towards testing and developing autonomous cars. Literally, the future of transportation is being researched and created here at Castle. So it's important to understand the loop system because what we're gonna see is there's gonna be a ton of investment all along the loop system. And we're already starting to see that. So today we're gonna take a look at Merced Station. It's right along that loop system. And then we're also gonna be taking a look at Dutch Brothers. Dutch Brothers is something that a lot of people here in Merced are excited about. So in the past, if you wanted Dutch Brothers, you had to drive an hour south to Fresno or about 2 hours up north to Elk Grove to get their delicious Dutch Brothers coffee. People swear by Dutch Brothers coffee. If you love Dutch Brothers and you're a fan, you're a part of what they call the Dutch Mafia. It has a huge following and a lot of people in Merced are excited to see Dutch Brothers come. So we'll take a look at where Dutch Brothers is going as we look at the growth here in Merced. I'm at the corner of Lake and Yosemite, and unfortunately it looks like there's been an accident. There is a car with the front end smashed. I'm not sure if he hit a car or ran into a pole, but we have, looks like firemen, police, paramedics are all on the scene, and no one appears to be hurt. So hopefully everyone's okay and everyone's being taken care of. Hey, so I'm here in Merced. I'm at the corner of Yosemite and Lake Road. That's the primary access point to UC Merced for now. And behind me is what's called Merced Station. So the Merced Station project, it represents a huge investment in Merced. It's an $80 million project that just broke ground just a few weeks ago. So it broke ground 2019, and it's expected to complete in 2021. It's gonna have almost 900 beds and 225 units. It's a huge investment for Merced. It represents over $80 million. And over the course of building out the project, it'll create over 600 jobs.